welcome to COMMANDOLIN. Today, taking a look at Georgia on My Mind, one of the true classics. Of course, most associated with Ray Charles. 1960 had a big hit with that, but was written in 1930 by Hoagy Carmichael and Stuart Gorrell, if I'm saying his last name right. 1930, which makes this song 91 years old as I record this, which is pretty amazing. But translates real nice into the mandolin. Nice and slow, soulful, and great for this solo application that we do, because you can just do it at your own speed and kind of free form the rhythm back and forth. And it's great to take a look at here. Hey, before we get going, be sure to subscribe down below. COMMANDOLIN, doing a lot of these tutorials and lessons and stuff. Make sure you check out the ever-expanding COMMANDOLIN store for your t-shirts, stickers, hoodies, etc. And of course, I'll put the PayPal thing down below there. If you're getting something from the lessons and could kick the channel a buck or two, would sure be appreciated. But hey, let's get started here. Georgia on My Mind. Let's check it out. All right, here we go. So it's in C. And it's going to start on a C chord, 2nd fret on the D string, 3rd fret on the A string, and the other two open. And you really want to emphasize this top note. And then we're just going to go to the 3rd fret there on the E string. And it's an important enough note that if you have to, just let go of everything else. Catch that with a little upstroke there. Going to move to an E7. E7 being 1st fret on the G string. Open D, 2nd on the A, and open E. Going to hit it once on the chord and come up to your melody note, 5th fret on the A string. Go down here to an A minor and just hit the top 3 strings. Don't hit the top E yet, but you'll hit the A minor 2nd fret, barring the 2nd fret on the top 2 strings, and 3rd fret on the A string. Just hit them as one chord there. And our melody is right above it, the open E. Might even have to move your fingers out of the way. Open E, 5th fret on the E, and back to the open. And we're going to come down to an F minor chord here with a D in the melody. So it's just 5th fret of the G, 3rd fret on the D, and 5th fret again on the A string. Chord 3 times. All right, that's pretty good right there. That's the whole first part of that verse, and brings us into this little line. Starts on the 3rd fret, A string on that C note, going up to the 5th fret. And you probably want to do it with these fingers here, because then you're going to go right into the C chord. And make sure we really emphasize that top note, since that's our melody. So you don't have to do much fingering. You've already got your C chord sitting here. So just 3rd, 5th, really emphasizing that. And then the 3rd fret on the E by itself, a big A7 chord, open G, 2nd here on the D string, 4th on the A, and 5th on the high E. Back to the 3rd, come down here to a D minor, which is 1st fret of the high E, 2nd fret of the G at the top here. 5th fret reaches up here on the, or the pinky reaches up to the 5th fret on the A string. It's this really cool sounding G7, 3rd fret here on the D, 2nd on the A, and then open E. Probably my favorite chord of the whole song. And then back to the 5th fret here in the A, and back to our C chord. All right, so we put them both together, and here's where we are so far. At this point, I kind of like to introduce a little rhythm to it. And we're going to drop the melody down an octave at this point here. Sliding from the 1st fret on the D up to the 2nd fret. Just going to do that slide pretty quickly. And then you're going to go up to the 5th fret here on the D string. And that 5th fret just kind of leads into a different kind of C chord that we're going to do. That's just 5th fret here where you already are, and 3rd fret on the A, and then everything else open. So you can just lead right into that. Real easy. And that slide, you know, kind of what gives it its soul, if you will. Got that flatted 3rd there without getting into too much theory. Now we're going to do that slide again, 1st fret to the 2nd fret this time, and then let go to the open. And then we're going to follow that with our E7 chord, which is, again, 1st fret here on the G, 2nd fret here on the A, and everything else open. And especially be sure and really get that D open, because that's where you've just come from. You've just played that. So you can combine those two. Now again, back to our A minor chord, 2nd fret of the top 2 strings, 3rd fret here on the A. But instead of doing our melody up here, this time our melody is gonna be an octave lower. It's gonna be the 2nd fret of the E string, or D string, sorry, D, which you'll already be holding because it's part of the chord. So you'll just hit the D string and then open A. It's gonna have to let go of the chord for a second, and then right back to the note you just came from, 2nd fret. Now I'm going to go into a pretty funky, sounds complicated, looks kind of complicated, but it's really not. Just 1st fret of the G string, open D, and 3rd fret here on the A. Now that sounds good by itself. If you feel like it, because your finger's right here, if you can get your middle finger down on this 1st fret of the E string, it's a bonus. But you don't really have to, and in fact you can do the chord without it and just try to add it in there as you go, or you don't have to add it at all. Sounds better if I do it right. sound just fine like that. But if you can get that top note on it, that's a bonus. So now we're going to do that same little walk-up run. You know this. But again, it's going to be an octave lower. So we're going to start down here, 5th fret. Well, here it is. I'll play it for you, then I'll break it down. So it's going to start here on the 5th fret of the G string. 5th, open D, into our C chord. Just don't do the top E, just don't do the high E string. Then 5th fret on the D, and here's our a different A7 here, which is 6th fret of the G, 5th fret of the D, and then open A. I like that chord a lot. Again, the 5th fret of the D. We're going to come down to a D minor, but it's just part of a D minor. 2nd fret of the G string. 3rd fret here on the D, and then open A. Then open D. And then we're going to again slide from the 1st to the 2nd on the D string, and also hit the G below it, the open G. And then going to end on a C chord here. 5, 2, 3, respectively. Brings us into the next part of the song, which kind of morphs from a C major into an A minor feel. Same notes and the same scale, but a completely different feel of the song here. And it starts out with this phrase. Well, I'll play you the phrase and we'll break it down. There's, 3 phrases that kind of stack on top of each other here. So here's the first one. Which is A minor, 5th fret of the G, 2nd fret on the D, and open A. Once you've hit your open A, plant your middle finger on the 3rd fret A. And we're going to go to a D minor here, a 2nd fret, 3rd fret there, and 5th on the A. So, open E, back to a more conventional A minor here, 3rd fret there, 2nd and 2nd. So far. Open A, now your least favorite chord of the song, and mine too, I promise you. But there's no other way to have made it work, because you just don't have that many options with only 4 strings, right? But again, the song is coming slow, you can get it. It's just 3rd fret on the A, 1st fret on the D, and 5th fret. This is the bugger right here, isn't it? 5th fret on the G. At least you only have to hit it 1 time in the song. Hoagie Carmichael was not thinking of mandolin players' convenience and ease when he came up with that. But if you can get it, It sounds great. You only have to do it once. Second phrase starts the same way on that A minor. Third fret. But here, I'll play it for you, then I'll break it down. That's what we're going to be doing here. So it's, again, the A minor, third fret, the D minor just like before. Open E. Well, I think it's a C7 here, C major 7, but just second fret of the top two and third fret of the bottom two. And then let go of everything, open E, and then a D7, which is just, it's second fret of the top, second fret on the bottom, and third fret on the A string. So that little phrase together. Now, one more time back to the A minor. Third fret, the D minor again, open E. This time it's just a C, your plain old C. Second fret here, third fret on the A, only you're also just going to pick up the third fret on the E right below it. Fifth fret, one note, and then B7, 7, 6, and 7 respectively on the strings here. And here's the next phrase following that. So we've come off this, right? Fifth, E minor, third fret on the top, second fret on the middle two. Open E. Put this back. Technically, it's I think it's a C sharp diminished, but all you're doing is moving one note. It's just going to be third fret, fourth fret, second fret. It's kind of tricky because you're cramming a lot of fingers in there. Open E, and down to the D minor here again. Second, third, fifth. That's your melody, so make sure you get that note well. And then a plain old G7, third, second, and third. All right, so here's all that put together. All right, so it just goes back into another verse, but this time we'll do it with the rhythm. And again, it's just on the C chord. And all you have to do is C with that high E open, and just lay your finger there, just to pick up that G note. We can just do a different E7 here. Fourth fret on the G, second on the D, and fifth on the A. And just make sure we go from the open E to that note, because that's our melody. And again, A minor. Just like before. Last run, just like from the beginning. All right, thanks for tuning in for our look at Georgia on My Mind. Hey, I appreciate everybody watching from all over the world, and hope everyone is staying safe and having a great day, and we'll see you next time.